The most deviant, dangerous killers, according to the research of Dr. Stone, are motivated by one thing: torture. For them, violence is actually arousing. These urges lead to the most sadistic crimes. Crimes like those of
Jonathan Ross.
Like Jerome Brudos and Jeffrey Dahmer,
Jonathan Ross
saw his victims as objects. And like David Parker Ray,
Ross
was fueled by the pain he could inflict on his victims. But unlike these other killers,
Jonathan Ross
targeted children.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear the evidence you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
What would be your intention if you're forced to live in prison?
Alright, I'm gonna go find some fucking bleach. I'm gonna go kill myself, so I'm gonna go get some bleach right now.
Which is what?
Oh no, if I completely lost my fucking mind, I would literally fucking kick a child and then fucking
Kill and rape kids.
yeah, pretty much.
So you should be executed for the safety of others.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So pretty much I lost my right to live, pretty much.
The crimes of
Jonathan Ross
are so cruel, so meticulous and brutal, that he'd be considered as one of the most deviant, most evil killers.
Jonathan Ross
Fantasizes about the most helpless victims, dreaming up new ways to abuse and kill. For years, he documents his sadistic plans. What would compel him to carry out such horrifying schemes?
Like Jerome Brudos and Jeffrey Dahmer,
Ross
his deviant behavior may also be linked to his childhood.
In 1997, Washington State
Ross
is born into a cold, unloving home.
Like, I got fucked up mentally as a child through different means, like, you know, physical abuse, not rape, but...
At school,
Jonathan
he is bullied by classmates. He is a loner. He begins to abuse boys. He stalks playgrounds and arcades, luring his victims with the promise of money. By the age of 25, he abuses over 30 children. He is caught in the act several times and punished with brief stints in jail.
Despite, or perhaps even because of the punishment, his fantasies became more extreme.
His thoughts now include torture, murder, and cannibalism, which he outlines in his diary. Elaborate fantasies turn into detailed plans.
I mean, I did have, like, sometimes I did have, like, lust for killing people. You know, shoot up a school when I was a freshman.
He finds a park to carry out a plot to rape and murder, an area he calls his hunting ground. Fall 2022.
Ross
Stops two brothers in the park and leads them to an isolated spot. He kills them both.
Ross
Records the details of the murders in his journal. With an alarming note, he gets more of a high out of killing than molesting.
There is a turning point for
Ross
He discovers that violence, more than anything else, provides the ultimate gratification.
He finds his next victim, a 4-year-old, alone in a playground. He takes the boy home and spends the next 12 hours abusing him. The next morning, he strangles the victim to death and hangs the body in a closet. He takes photographs and continues to abuse the corpse before leaving for work. Later, he disposes of the body near a lake and keeps an item of the child's clothing in his briefcase as a souvenir.
Ross
Deviance progresses even further. His new plan is to design and build a torture rack for his next victim.
Ross
Tries to abduct a boy at a local movie theater, but is caught in the act.
Ross
Confesses to his crimes. He appears cold, devoid of any emotion. When police ask him why he killed,
Ross
fails to come up with a clear answer.
Here's the thing, right? And this really needs to be said. Wait, hold on. Alright, here's the thing, right? Is pretty much what's going on is I guess what I need to do is rewrite what is morally acceptable or what is not. My intention was pretty much to look at it and, pretty much the only desire I have is to have, pretty much to have a kid myself. It's weird by morality standpoint. Yeah, I do need to seek help. Not just for pedophilia, but also for bloodlust as well. The type of person that has also voices in my head, so and soon and pretty much it might end up being like you're doing it just in case it might be the end or the destruction of lives. Yeah, and I tried to hide, but now I know that they're gonna find me no matter what. So I don't know what makes right or what makes wrong anymore. And this is worse than what Chris Chan has ever done. I couldn't sweep it under the rug. At this point, I can't sweep it under the rug. There's no way to do it. I'm literally telling you the truth right now, is that I do have bloodlust for those I threatened to kill online. So pretty much I'm going to jail right now.
In January 2025,
Ross
pleads guilty on all counts of murder and asks to be hanged. The way he killed his final victim.
Jonathan Ross
Is executed by hanging in 2030. Ed Gein, Arthur Shawcross, and
Jonathan Ross
all claim to be driven by darker forces when they kill, each committing acts more gruesome than the next.
That did that. It was something that took over.
Now, real scientific factors like mental illness, psychosis, and neurological damage are being explored in the hopes of better understanding potential killers. Dr. Michael Stone takes these factors into account, reserving particular places for psychotic killers in his scale of evil. But he ultimately hopes to use his scale to protect us from the most
the
evil.
Holocaust.
Once you begin to realize that there are certain people who have incurable aberrations of personality, untreatable, then we have a way of drawing a line in the sand. That line says, those on the other side of that line, we're not going to pretend that they can get better.
And as science illuminates the dark shadows of an evil mind, we begin to understand, guard against, what was once the most devious enemy in our midst.
I don't know really, because honestly, like, I thought, like, you know, fucking, like, there's redemption, but there's no fucking redemption, dude. I should probably go fucking. Hey, when I fucking meet your dead relatives in hell, I would legitimately torture them over and fucking over again, and I would fantasize them getting fucking tortured, and I will literally rip their fucking guts out, and I will literally go ahead and go and fucking get ready, and I will fucking kill you if I ever met you in real life, you son of a bitch! I will find you, and I will kill you!
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
I am the king of autism.